It's the Book of Jake. Book of Jake.
There's this phrase we've all been sold, work-life balance. Sounds good, right? Certainly does. You know, a calm routine, time for work, time for family, time for yourself, time to exercise. It's the dream every career post talks about. But here's the question. What if that balance everybody's chasing is holding us back? What if, in trying to feel comfortable, we've stopped growing? I've met hundreds of people who say they want to build something meaningful. But when it comes to working for it, they hesitate. They want the outcome, not the hours. They want the lifestyle, of course, but not the lessons. Now, maybe that's why people like Alex Hormozi said work-life balance is a hoax. Because the truth is, the world rewards those who build first and rest later. If you can find purpose in the work itself, that's when freedom begins to show up. That's what this episode is about, the uncomfortable truth about balance, effort, and what it really means to build a life that matters. My name is Jake Abdullah. This, of course, is the Book of Jake. People keep talking about work-life balance like it's some kind of holy grail. You see it on LinkedIn posts, on TikTok, set boundaries, protect your peace, don't overwork yourself. And sure, I get it. We all want to live well. But here's a question nobody wants to ask. What if work-life balance is a lie? At least in the beginning. What if you're not supposed to be balanced when you're building? What if you're supposed to be working and working harder than everyone else so that later you actually get to live that balance everybody keeps talking about? That's what Alex Hormozi talks about. He said work-life balance is a hoax. And I agree, for a certain stage of your life, of course. Because if you want freedom later, you got to earn it now. I met so many young people, smart, creative, super passionate. And I love that they care about well-being and purpose. But there's something happening right now, especially with Gen Z, that we need to talk about. Everybody wants the perks, the beanbags in the office, the slides between floors, the free snacks, pickleball Fridays. That's all fine, but the hard truth is none of those things will make you great. Comfort doesn't create excellence. Effort does. If you're 23, 25, even 30, this is not your chill era. This is your build era. And this is when you work, when you stretch, when you make mistakes that teach you more than any HR well-being webinar ever could. I'm not saying burnout. I'm really not saying to do it. I'm saying lean in, because the times you waste protecting comfort, you'll be paying back later in regret. When I was coming up in radio, there were no beanbags, of course. There were deadlines, shifts, and learning curves that chewed you up. I'll be at work at 7 in the morning working, and then I do a drive show from 4 to 8, and after that I'll stay back till almost midnight. I didn't have balance, but I had momentum, and I learned a lot. And that momentum turned into mastery. It's what gave me the career, the opportunities, and the life I get to live now. So when I hear someone say, I don't want to overwork, I want balance, I understand the intention, really do. But here's the truth. Balance is not something you start with. It's something you earn. It's something that comes at the end. People talk about balance like it's something you can install overnight, like a work app. But balance isn't a schedule. It's a seasoned rhythm that comes after years of doing the tough and hard things, stuff nobody wants to do. You don't get balance before you've built stability. And stability only comes from work. So when you're early in your career, 20s, maybe even 30s, this is your time to double down, triple down, work the long hours, build skills that compound, make the calls no one else will make. Because later, when the world slows down, and you've already done your 10,000 reps, that's when balance finds you. Let's be real. Most people who say they want balance really mean they want to chill. They want to scroll, hang out, feel good, get a paycheck that funds brunch and perhaps Bali and Phuket trips, and still believe they're working smart. And that's fine if that's what you actually want. But don't confuse that for growth. Don't confuse rest with arrival. Because the truth is, while you're chilling, somebody else out there is learning new skills, building a network, learning AI, and stacking momentum. And one day, the same person will be your boss, living the balance you keep talking about, because they earned it. Here's what I wish someone had told me earlier. There'll be times in your life when you need to be out of balance to get ahead. Seriously. That's okay. That's really okay. The key is to know why you're doing it. Purpose. Don't just grind for the sake of grinding. You have to have goals, you have to have purpose. Work with intention. Work because the version of you 5 years from now deserves to have options, to say no, to live with freedom. Work hard now so that later you can work on your own terms, because balance is beautiful, but it's not free. It's bought with. And if you're not paying that price now, you're just delaying the bill. So maybe Alex Hormozi is right. maybe work-life balance is a hoax. Not forever, but for now. Because this phase of your life isn't meant to be balanced. It's meant to be built. My name is Jake Abdullah. This is the Book of Jake, where I give out freebies, advice. So if this episode made you think, if it reminded you to double down, please do me a favor. See the subscribe button, hit it, share it, send it to a friend who's always talking about balance, but secretly wants more out of life. Because the truth is, you can have your beanbags, your slides, but nothing replaces the satisfaction of knowing you earned your freedom. Work now, balance later. That's how you win. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.
It's the Book of Jake.